At the Volleyball NIT, Salt Palace Convention Center, the location in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm Thad Anderson. Thanks for being with us. Throughout the course of the day, we're going to have guests of all flavors, types, sizes, varieties wander through our platform of prestigious people. I'm still working out all the P's in that title of our stage up here in the middle of this beehive of volleyball activity. Thad Anderson is me, and now we finally, after, sixth guest of the day, Sean Hardy, the director of the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT, joins us. Sean, as always, congratulations on getting this thing. Looks like you're up and running, right? I mean,
we are playing volleyball, so that is a good thing.
Balls are flying around.
That's right. And you must have ran out of people to come talk if I got the invite to come up here right now.
Yeah, it's only, it's 10:40 a.m. Mountain Time on the first day of the event. We're already out of viable guests, so we brought Sean onto the stage.
That's perfect.
Thanks for filling for us. You and me both. We're just seat warmers up here. So volleyballs are flying. We just started about 7:30. What was it?
7:40 this morning. We started. Just one of the reasons is we have power pools, and so the top teams are playing each other right off the bat. So majority of our matches go 3. So last year we fell behind a little bit for that second wave. So we decided to start a little earlier this year and give us a 20-minute gap to kind of help us start the afternoon session on time.
So finally this morning you said it, you kind of exhaled when you said, look, we're playing. Everybody's seen, like a time-lapse video of when a facility like this gets put together. It starts out as just naked, bare concrete, and then you bring in flooring, you bring in nets, you bring in all the seating. And so everybody's seen that kind of thing with a time lapse of from nothing to this. I know you can't cover every detail of how you get from inception, from conceptualization of an event like this to now we're playing. But if you could give us sort of that time lapse type of a view, what did it take to get to this morning, to get balls flying? I mean, what all is happening throughout the course of 365 days in a year to make this happen? Get the teams here, everything.
Yeah, so big undertaking, got lots of help, got lots of people that help out in the different aspects. But one of the big things that people don't realize is out of the 212 teams that are here, there are only 11 local Utah teams. So that means, doing the math, 201, right? Are travel teams. So we spend a lot of time on the hotel, blocking hotels for all the teams, making sure we get them all set up, making sure we get the right rates. That's probably a 2.5 month process, just making sure all that's squared away. Then, like you said, marketing the teams. The one good thing right now is there's a good buzz on this tournament. Even for 18 next year, we are pretty much full. We will hold spots open for some of the top teams that finish in the open age groups at AAUs and at USA Nationals. But for the most part, it's full, and the elite part will stay there. So the team side of it now is obviously these parents and everybody's travel. They're spending a lot of money on all the plane tickets. So all that organization ahead of time, behind the scenes, takes probably that 6-month window. Then after that, it's how many courts can I put in here, which dictates how many teams I can have. How about all the referees? Where are they going to stay? How many do I have to bring in? How many are local? From the chairs to transportation, we're using another facility today due to the growth. We have 8 charter buses that are just circling the facilities to make sure that we have transportation for all these teams to get over to this other facility. So all those things that are kind of behind the scenes that the parents, the coaches don't really see but kind of come together is a full-time job. I mean, I work on this. I do some other things at Triple Crown, but really 360, I'm on this event right now.
Triple Crown Sports produces the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. 212 teams strong here in 2017. Over 400 college coaches, correct?
Yeah, there's 400 college coaches here.
I feel a little nauseous. I feel terrible. You just talked about everything you have to do. And the first thing I do this morning, I show up and I track you down instead of, there's 100 staffers. I did ask 2 other people first, and they sent me to you, by the way. You might want to build a little better buffer around yourself. But I show up, and the first thing I say is, hey, could I get a parking pass? Sorry, right. I apologize.
No, right.
That was that was what I needed right then, was I had to get my car parked.
Right. So, those are all the things.
But now I do feel bad.
I'm sure.
I should have walked. I could have solved my own problems, but I feel bad. Let's talk about those college coaches. And I know you were talking about the full year-round job this is. I know you go to a lot of events, including aspirational events you would aspire to be like, whether from your early days, things like Crossroads in Colorado, just down the street from your headquarter office. So there are a lot of youth events or these juniors events that go on, but I know you're also you're at the Final Four and the AVCA conventions and all those things. Tell us more about kind of how you've woven this together with the community.
Well, the one thing, like you mentioned, is I've gone to probably 8 qualifiers a year, or JVA World Challenge or AAU championships, really to talk and see how the teams are playing, so I know who to invite to this tournament. But second is to follow all the college coaches. So they see me at all the tournaments. I ask them if they would be interested in coming to our event. I explain a little bit what it's about. And the word of mouth among those guys right now is huge on this event. Some of these top colleges have 2 or 3. I mean, Stanford, who just switched off college coaches, they're still got 2 people here for this weekend alone. And, you know, he's only had the job for a month or 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so
did they fire their guy?
No, John left on his own. Yeah,
he's John Dunning, congratulations on the national. Yeah, go out. That was a John Elway move, right? Go out and win it all, and then retire into the sunset. John Dunning, congratulations. Kevin Hambley takes over.
Yep.
So with your college coaches and the interactions that you have with them, you said there's a lot of buzz on this event. What is it that appeals to them about this event?
A lot of the college coaches said to me before, as we were building it, was like, we don't even show up on day one of a tournament because the number 1 team is playing like the number 50th team. And it's 25-12, 25-9. We're just not seeing good volleyball. So the unique thing about this is the top 8 teams that we've seeded or ranked are playing each other right now, right off the bat, in every age group. And then the next 8 are playing each other. So college coaches like, we cannot miss Saturday of the Triple Crown tournament because we get to watch the best volleyball we've seen, and we'll see at a national championship even. So that's been a big appeal. We also do a coach's hospitality down the way on the convention center here. We provide an area for them to go get away. We provide them food. We provide them snacks, water, so they don't have to leave, can stay here and recruit all day and have a place to recharge phone and get off their feet. So,
speaking of the college game, Triple Crown Sports making a little news, making a few waves in the college game. Going to be a little change in the postseason offerings.
Yeah, correct. As we do the Triple Crown WNIT for women's basketball. And this year, we will offer that same for college volleyball. So the NCAA will take their 64. We'll then go ahead and add on and take the next 64 teams. Each conference gets an automatic bid, and then we'll do 32 at-larges.
So 32 automatic bids from the conferences, and then the other half of the field, 32 comes as at-larges.
That is correct.
64 teams, so you're not messing around. You're going to come out with a full field that matches the NCAA field.
Yeah, we think that there's enough parity. Once you get out the top 64, that next group is pretty evenly matched, and you're going to find some really good volleyball at that level.
I know in the women's NIT college basketball event, same thing. It grew from a smaller field, and now is a 64-team field in the postseason for basketball.
Yes.
Also a softball event of the same style, the National Invitational Softball Championship, the NIT of softball, basically. That's going to be a 48-team.
That's correct.
Follow-up after the 64. So 3 different postseason women's collegiate opportunities now will be offered by Triple Crown.
Yeah, we're moving into that space a little bit more. It's been 20 years on the women's side of it for the basketball, and we just think the timing is right now for volleyball and for softball. And the coaches that we've talked to are very excited about that.
And that the proper name is the Women's National Invitational Volleyball Championship, or it's the NIVC, National Invitational Volleyball Championship, NIVC. That'll be in December, and that will be a campus host championship, correct?
Yeah, we'll mock it right after our women's side, so it will be at host schools. The first round will be 16 host schools hosting 3 others, so there'll be 4 at each site. After that, there's 16 teams left. We'll go to 8 host sites, and then 4 on down. It'll continue on through the championship at a host site, hopefully to get some momentum at that school and get a good crowd.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the collegiate side. Now we're in this juniors world, and I've been talking with a few of our guests today about the family dynamic here. That this is a family event, family activity. It's a holiday weekend, great city that we're in here to bring a family and have a good weekend together. I haven't asked you since I've seen you the last couple of days. Your oldest daughter, Alexa, part of your volleyball family, your immediate volleyball family. How's Alexa doing?
She's doing very good. She's still in Fort Collins. She graduated a year and a half ago or 2 years ago from St. Leo University, played the college career, and now she's a big girl on her own. She's out of my house and paying her own bills, so Dad's kind of happy.
Thought that never happened, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't. Wasn't sure if that was going to happen.
And then you've got the twins.
I do.
Who are also in some volleyball, right? And,
yeah, actually I have twin 12-year-old girls that play for Club 1. They're actually playing this weekend in Colorado in the RMR Showdown, so we'll miss them. Hopefully next year, with adding some space here, I can bring the team here next year as 13s and and be around and get to watch them play and do the tournament and have it be even my family now being able to participate in this event.
Well, speaking of next year, we got this year. We talked about what you've got going: 212 teams, 400 plus college coaches. It's the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT at the Salt Palace Convention Center. This is Sean Hardy, the director of the event. Where are we headed for the future? You're here next year, and how are things shaping up for the long-term view?
Perfect. Right now, if for the people that aren't here, there's a hunting and fishing show or a hunting show inside the convention center.
Oh,
so we share half.
You can finish this on your own.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to go to the. Can I go check out? I'm going to get a knife.
Right. There's lots of dead animals over there. Let's just put it that way.
Taxidermy.
Right. Taxidermy everywhere.
Right.
But they move out. They're on a different weekend next year, so we'll get more space. So we have 212 this year. We'll double to about 425 in 2018 here. And we're looking forward to it. We're excited with the growth of it. Like I said, teams are already trying to sign up and get involved. And then the hunting show, however, in 2019 has taken over the whole convention center. So we've kind of got pushed out a little bit from the hunting side, and they need all the space for their growth. So we ended up having to move our event to a new location. So in 2019, the event will still stay on President's Day weekend. We found kind of the home for the right weekend. But it will move to Kansas City, and it will play it all under one roof at the Kansas City Convention Center. So in 19, and we'll do that for 4 years at the Convention Center in Kansas City, and then we'll see kind of what the pulse is and where geographically to put them. We want it in a pretty central location where the West Coast can get to pretty easy and the Midwest can get to easy. This being right now one of the little downfalls. I love Salt Lake City, but the airline tickets are pretty high because it's one of the biggest ski weekends for all their ski resorts here. So by moving to Kansas City, we think we can actually, even for the California teams have a little further to travel, save a little money on the costs of the plane tickets to get into Kansas City and lodging for that matter.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a crossroads of America kind of location,
yeah.
Kansas City. Salt Lake's the same way. I will commend you, whether it's Salt Lake or Kansas City, two of my favorite airports to go through.
Yeah.
Quick, in and out. You can get from your gate to the curb in half a minute.
Yes.
So the travel ease, I know is something the teams talk about here.
And lots of direct flights, right? Because a lot of teams don't like to switch over planes a lot. So both airports have quite a few direct flights for these teams.
Now, when you say you're going to double for next year, who are those teams? I mean, how do you go? Because you've got the best of the best here. You've got the finest. How's the look of the tournament going to change when it doubles?
So we won't mess with the elite side. We're going to keep that only at 48 teams. That's all that can get into it. But we're going to offer a separate division, a club division. We're going to offer a 12s and a 13s division, which we don't offer now. Right now it's currently 14s on. And what we'll do is the teams that finish low in this tournament can come back and play in their club division. But then we hold spots open, probably 10 to 12 spots open for other elite teams that want to join us next year based off of what they've heard on the streets about this event. And so hopefully we get 5 or 6 more top 20 teams in this event next year. Right now, knock on wood, I haven't heard anybody that didn't want to come back, and it's continued to grow. So hopefully we keep all these teams and add a few more talent.
Tell us just a little bit about the officials for this event, the referees and the lines, and how you do all that. How's that piece of the puzzle get finished off?
Well, we have a scheduler out of Colorado that helps us schedule the officials, but just like the event, it's invite only, right? So a lot of these colleges, a lot of these referees do college matches and do the youth side during the summer and or the season. And so what we went out and did is tried to, the other thing is it's kind of prestigious for these guys to come here and get to see such great matches also. So kind of like the teams wanting to get here, we have now a little bit of refs that now kind of sign up and say, hey, how do I get to Salt Lake to do that event? And Glow Bailey does our official scheduling, and she's done a wonderful job each year. Just like the teams have grown, our official base has grown, and the talent of officials have grown also.
And wouldn't want to miss the opportunity for you, because I know you appreciate this, and we want to talk about it a little bit from a staff perspective. How many people from the Triple Crown, wearing the Triple Crown shirt or the badge, how many people, and just kind of paint the picture of how that all goes down.
So we do have 25 staff members doing gates, doing tickets, selling pre-tickets, staffing the tents, putting in scores, doing this. So we have a great media team that set all this up that we're doing right now. There's 3 of them here that are covering the event. And then we actually brought in the University of Utah volleyball team and they're helping with some of our gate just to offset some of our travel costs in, but also maybe use it for a fundraiser for something that I think they're traveling overseas here next year or maybe the following year. Therefore, they can raise a little bit money for what they're trying to do. So overall, we have totally about, and then you talk to Club V, Matt here, who's our help just for putting in the courts. So they come in for a day, set everything up, so we don't have to travel a bunch of people in. We got some more courts to set up tonight, so they'll bring a whole new crew in, and we'll do it again tonight.
You mentioned Utah, the University of Utah volleyball. Beth Lanier, the head coach, J.J. Van Neal, part of that staff. They added their sand program this year, up and running for the first time. And
it's a lot harder to get a hold of J.J. now for some reason.
He's a little busier.
Right.
Yeah, you can't call it beach here, right, because we're a long way from any beaches, but the sand program here at Utah is underway. It's actually going to play out here this spring, and they're practicing on campus, but every match they play is a road match.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure I was talking to Coach Lanier about that, and I think one of their tough scheduling situations is Hawaii. So,
that's rough, right?
Yeah, it's always hard to add a sand program. Tends to be pretty, kind of like Triple Crown events, tends to be pretty good destinations where you end up playing.
That's right.
Anything else you want to get on the table about this event, this year's event?
You know what? Again, as much as we do this, I just want to thank our staff. Triple Crown, we got a great group of people from our media team to our website team to the different other people that helped with the logos and the presentation. If you were here right now, you'd be, even to the backdrops right now, they do some great work. And without all those guys and all the people helping out, this wouldn't be where it is right now. So I want to thank them and the teams. I really want to thank the teams because they're listening to them, us listening to them, and them telling us what they wanted in an event. Is really how we've built this. And so I thank them. And then last but not least is, 400 college coaches. That's pretty amazing on 20 courts right now. And one of the growth patterns that I see is I get teams calling me all the time going, hey, I talked to 3 college coaches, and they're all asking me, why am I not in Salt Lake City playing on President's Day weekend? And I have to go, well, we're full, but I'll put you on the list, right? So we have about 50 clubs that are on the list for 2018 that heard from the college coaches. So as much as I'm the coordinator and director, all those people are really what makes this great.
Sean Hardy directs the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. You just said over 400 coaches and 20 courts. So they're not always like this, but that concentration is 20 per court. Yes. And they're not always necessarily standing that way, but that's what it is, a 20-to-1 ratio of coaches to courts. All right, so you've got an open microphone. You're talking about staff. Dave King, founder with Annette King, longtime founder, CEO of Triple Crown Sports. You've got an open mic, so nobody can stop you right now. Dave is in transition toward retirement. His oldest son, Kerry King, is taking over. This is your chance. You've been working. You guys are working hard at Triple Crown in this transition. You want to take any shots at Kerry right now, or let him have it, or anything you got for Kerry? You want to, give him a little. He's a young pup, right? He was playing in your baseball tournaments when you were running him way back in the day, and now he's going to be heading up the ship.
Yeah, totally. He is. And you know what? He's got his hands full. He's doing a great job so far with that transition. And for me, I've been with Triple Crown for 22 years. So I've been under Dave's regime and Dave's style for that long. And it is a lot different to go through Kerry's style right now. And I think it'll be great, both for the company and that. And the kid's willing to learn. And I call him a kid too. Kerry, you are a child. You were playing in our tournaments. I remember when you were taking gate passes, when you were 10 years old at Steamboat. So, I'm excited about it, actually. I'm part of the management team there to help him to go, and he relies on us a lot. So it's actually, I want to say, a little refreshing at the stage of my career, and knowing that I have about 15 more years left, that I can kind of be the end of Dave's and be there with Dave for 21, but then also probably be with Kerry, another probably 15 to 20. So it'll be fun.
Well, you did a good job. You didn't really take the bait. I was going to let you, vent. If you want to vent from me, of course you wouldn't. Kerry's doing a great job, and Triple Crown Sports continues to put on top-class events. So this is definitely one of them. This has become – I was there for the very first year in Richmond when we were talking earlier. It was kind of like a test missile launch. You just kind of shoot one into the ocean, let it blow up, and just walk away.
I think it was like 8 teams, and we flew in 4 of them to help for the TV game.
We televised it, yeah. But it was phenomenal. It was great.
It was great. Still
top talent.
T-Streak, TAV, all the same teams that we brought out there are still with us today. So, again – without them, this doesn't happen. Well,
now it's up. Now it'd make it 5 years if you count that kind of first little test year. Now it's up to 212 teams heading toward 400 in the near future. Sean Hardy directs the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. Good luck with the rest of your weekend. And I got one other thing. You do have your televised matches on Monday. You've gone to ESPN3 with CBS Sports Network for a number of years, and now the ESPN3. I know the teams like that. You need to go deal with those lights.
Yeah, what happened to our lights?
Just had some lights dip down here in the convention center.
Right.
It's, college coaches like to see how players react to adversity and unexpected elements of a game. So this might be the test right here. The televised matches on Monday. That's kind of a cool thing that a lot of these, especially these high-end clubs, really appreciate. I know.
Yeah, we do the 14s, 16s, and 18s. We've done that for, like you said, since day one on the TV side. We're going to ESPN3, gives us a little broader platform. People can watch online. They can wait and watch it a little bit later. So we're excited about that. Our media team's put together a great package for that.
Our TV court is right behind us here, and so balls keep hitting. That's what's going on back here. The balls are hitting the backdrop. Sean, thanks for your time. Good luck with the weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.